Hi, this is Chandresh Kachi, a career growth coach. Today I am going to talk to you about one of the book summary, which is again a good book. Many people may or may not agree with it, but then this book is a wonderful book. The Real Leaders Don't Do PowerPoint. That's the name of the book, and Christopher Witt is the author for this book. Wonderful book. Because the myth is a lot of people think that unless you have a PowerPoint presentation you cannot have a good presentation. So presentation necessarily doesn't need like PowerPoint slides and all. If you observe many of the good leaders, like the strong leaders, they don't use PowerPoint in their speech, and still people are listening them, and they are very happy with the speeches. Some of your professors are very good, they don't need a PowerPoint presentation. Good leader, motivational speaker, celebrity, like they don't use PowerPoint and they just speak, and then you still enjoy it. They also speak in front of the crowd, but the difference is they don't use the PowerPoint. It is not important to make a creative slides or innovative slides to give a presentation. You can do that even without that. It's more important to have an authority and stage presence instead of PowerPoint presentation slides, which is ready and you just speak about it. In this book, author is talking about 4 essential elements to be a presenter without using PowerPoint. If you implement them, you can easily sell your big ideas. You don't need a PowerPoint. How you deliver, it captures the attention of the audience, because that's very, very important. How you deliver is very, very important. To start with this, the first element is need to be a great person. When I am saying great person, you don't need to be a celebrity or a famous big man, like everybody knows you and all. Within your circle, people must know you, and you should be known for your great knowledge. So when I say great person, means people should definitely respect your awareness. Like you can be a normal financial planner, or you can be an accountant, you can be a engineer, student, you can be a doctor, professor. You don't have to be a big person, celebrity or something to be a great person. When I am saying great person, whatever you have is the best you can give in that field of your expertise. So you need to be basically a master in your subject. What you are going to speak means you should have a very good knowledge about it. You can change the way of your presentation, but you cannot change yourself. So that's very, very important. And to be and you should be very clear about what you want to say, like instead of how you want to say. So that is the first thing. Second thing is the event has to be a noteworthy event. It should be a noteworthy event. Like to make the event interesting and noteworthy. When I say noteworthy, it should be interesting and memorable event. You need to make sure that you work with the people who are involved or responsible for the event, and for that you can discuss with them the purpose, the schedule, and the details about what to say, because unless you know what is there in their mind, what they want exactly to get out of this, you cannot be effective. So very, very important. You must know what to speak and to which audience, because suppose you are talking to a group of bachelors, and you start giving example about married life problems and all this stuff, they may not be interested. Students, bachelors, they are not interested in examples or the story you talk about, the married life issues. So whenever you are speaking, you need to be very, very clear that what is type of audience you are going to speak to. You must decide that based on the demographic, age group, purpose, the time and all this stuff. So it's very, very important that you must also remember one more very important thing is WIIFM. Everybody who is going to come and listen you, they will always ask, what is it for me? Means when they are listening you, they are always thinking, what is that something which is for me in this presentation, why I should be here? Because there is no relevance and they are not having anything coming out of that, no useful stuff coming out, then definitely they will say, this is not the place I should be and I should be at some other place. They will never be interested. So WIIFM, very, very important. What is it for me? If you answer for that, then definitely it will be a success. If you don't have answer for that, people will simply not be interested. Then third one is a compelling message. You must be trying to find out the shortest distance between your belief or the subject you are going to explain or talk and the mind of the people whom you are seeing. Means it should be so precise and so clear that people should immediately start getting interest in what you are saying, because in first few minutes if you don't connect with them, they don't realize that this is the thing I am supposed to be listening. It will be a disaster. So you must have an effective elevator speech. In elevator, when you pass by, somebody meet you, you have very limited time, you talk to them or you express what you are doing. Somebody asks what are you doing, you need to have a very precise elevator speech which makes the fellow to take interest in you, that okay, this is the person I need to meet. He will say, okay, can I have your card? Because elevator speech is very short, small and very, very precise. So your presentation also has to be very, very precise. The context and the content are very important to get the message through. Your message should have an intellectual as well as the emotional value. If you are not connected with them emotionally, with the intellectual stuff in it, it's not going to work out. So it's very important that when you speak to them, you make sure that it makes sense for them. You must be very clear about the thoughts and the core message. If you are not clear about that, you will be just struggling to keep on saying something which is irrelevant. The clarity of thought is very, very important, very, very critical to keep the audience interested in your talk, in your subject. If you don't do that, there is a problem. The last one is again very critical, a masterful delivery. Your delivery of the presentation or whatever you say must be masterful, means it should be fantastic. When you do that, it depends upon the delivery of the presentation depends on several factors, like your body language, your voice level, eye contacts, speech, voice level, content, confidence, audience involvement. These are very important to have a masterful delivery of the presentation. Basically, public speaking has got mainly two fears. When you speak in front of the public, there are two major fears. One is the stage fear. The stage fear is connected with your physical symptoms. Sometimes you start sweating, trembling, shaking legs, shaking fingers, hands start shaking, increase the heartbeats, breathing problem. These all are connected with the stage fear. I don't know to repeat, but if you go through the researchers data, you will come to know that the biggest fear to anybody is found is one of the topmost fear is the stage fear, which is very, very public speaking, you can say, basically. And the second fear is a rejection. When you start talking to the people, your mind start talking to yourself internally that whether people are with you or not, your eyes are looking at the people, crowd, and that's why you should never look at the crowd. You should speak talking. You can look at certain people and eye to eye contacts, but then you should not be keep on watching them what they are doing. You should keep on concentrating on what you have to say. So it's very, very important. Never start thinking whether you've been accepted or rejected. You continue with your stuff in the best manner. There is always a fear of acceptance or rejection, and that is one of the fear which you should overcome. This can overcome only, the remedy is only the courage, self-confidence, hard work for the preparation, and the practice. In the beginning you need a lot of practice, because if you are not used to it, you need a lot of practice to be done before you go in front of the people. And after some time you don't have to worry about all these things, because it becomes automatically. But it's very important that you need to be real and authentic, and then nobody can beat you. Means you need to be real and authentic in whatever you're talking. To summarize, this book is telling that you don't have to have a PowerPoint presentation to effectively deliver your message to the audience. None of the great leaders use PowerPoint for their memorable speech. They just speak. They give their best, whatever is available in their mind or heart. This book clearly gives you techniques which you need to become a powerful speaker or a presenter without using PowerPoint. So once again, this was my book summary number 4. Thanks very much for listening and supporting me. I get a lot of comments, a lot of people appreciating, and that helps me a lot. And I would once again request that if you like this video, definitely share with your friends, and make sure that you subscribe this, so that it will give me boost that okay, there are a lot of people interested, and I can start working on the quality as well as the the video content, which is very, very important. Nobody has got a spare time, so when you spend 15 minutes in a day, it should be very useful. So thank you very much once again, and thanks. Bye.